here. So it's...
Yeah, it was on the computer.
Yeah, so...
Yep, I just put them on there.
All right, so... Did you
Yeah, we got a thumbs up.
All right,
we all
thumbs
good. Yep.
up.
Woo! So I guess we didn't make it look that easy.
Won't he do it? So you guys know we live. So if you see somebody moving in the background, just pretend like you don't see them.
That's right, because they're working. They in here
They
working. They in here
it.
doing feet. They in here doing hands.
That's right.
Chops.
So we're going to
Fades.
give you guys a chance to see that in a minute.
Okay.
All right, so let's get into tonight's conversation. We are live at Raze Up Barber Spa.
All right. Whoop, whoop. In the house. Yes, yes.
So all you guys out there, I want you to drop some fire for live on location.
You know, I get excited.
And for you guys who want to drop in, that's 1901 East 79th Street. It's really weird looking at a delay.
I know, right?
So I just
know,
want you guys to know. It's like I'm looking at myself and I've already said that. It's really weird.
I know.
All right, so before we go any further, make sure that you guys, everyone tuning in who is not following the channel, so that means all of you guys up here at the barbershop in the Raze Up Barber Spa.
Make sure you say like, subscribe.
So go to Legendary Relationship
On YouTube.
and make sure you hit follow and subscribe.
That's
like,
right.
follow, or subscribe, whatever it asks you
All
to do.
three of them. Do everything.
All right.
All right, so we're going to kind of pick up where we left off last week, right, baby?
Actually, what we're going to do, and she actually has a client. We are looking to speak to the owner-founder of Raze Up Barber Spa.
Yeah. We're going to have to give her some special love because I think she's a little camera shy.
She is a little camera shy. So
I never
if
did
you
get that
could-
video. I'm just saying.
So, Jace, I know I'm going to need for you to, because she's over there, if you could just take the mic over there to her.
Uh-huh.
Right there. Take the mic over there. It's laying over there.
Okay.
And we're going to take the mic over there. If you want to, I can do a nice little zoom that way.
Mm-hmm, you could.
But
She might run up out of here.
All right, just go get the mic and take it to her.
All
So
right.
we are going to introduce to you the founder and owner of Raze Up Barber Spa, Kesia Pointer. All right, and she actually has a client in the hot seat right now. So I'm going to need to turn this up.
Testing.
So, Kesia, tell our watching audience a little bit about Raze Up Barber Spa
Really?
and about yourself.
All right. Well, good evening, guys. I didn't know I was going to be thrown on the spot like this. My name is Kesia Pointer, and I am a barber of 3 decades. However, Raze Up Barber Spa is a full-service barber shop offering luxury manicures, pedicures, haircuts, hot lather shaves. We have scalp treatments.
Okay.
You know, we have a lot of issues now with alopecia. So we have someone that specializes in that. But come by and join us. I can be found at razeupbarberspa.com or on Booksy, or as a matter of fact, you can book your appointments right through the website on Booksy. That's Raze Up, that's RAZEUP, barberspa.com. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
So I'm going to wait. I want to ask Kesia this next question, which is, what is the significance? What is the significance of the barbershop to the community? Right. So I want to ask you that. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to think about it because we want you on camera.
Yeah.
All right.
You're definitely going to get on camera.
We want to know the significance of the barbershop and its impact or its significance to the community as a whole. All right?
I never paid much attention to the barbershop. I mean, I went when I was younger, and I took my boys as they were coming up. But it was a time for bonding, right? It was a lot of talk in the barbershop. I learned a lot, do's and don'ts. But I had a great time. It was a great conversation.
So I don't know the person in your chair. So what's your name? All right,
Hey, Nicole, how you doing?
Well,
We
Nicole,
doing great.
you want to talk on the mic real quick?
Oh, we got a comedian.
All right.
A comedian with a hot mic, that's
Right,
dangerous.
and that might be dangerous. That might be dangerous. You're absolutely right. I would love to get Nicole on camera, but she in the seat. So they were just saying it's a place for bonding. What do you think? Do you come to the barbershop to bond and talk?
Somewhat. If if the conversation is inviting, of course, yeah. I mean, I'm all for it.
Okay, did she tell you what tonight's conversation was?
No. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, she did. I got the link, but you want me to say that?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
the
what we
intimacy part or the sex part?
This is the real conversation.
part.
No, that part.
So you weren't. So last week we started the conversation.
Yes, we
This
did.
week we're gonna finish the conversation. So
Okay.
since you were in the seat, I'm just gonna ask you, Nicole.
Okay.
What is your definition of intimacy?
My definition of intimacy, well, first and foremost, you have to at least be attracted, to a person to even develop that feeling. You know what I mean? But intimacy is just attention. To me, it's that's the main thing. I think it's more so about attention, and you got to laugh at my jokes, for my intimacy. So, it's like, that's the main thing. That's what I would say. More so attention, you caring, all of that. you know?
Okay, good answer.
You know what? That's a good GP answer. Okay. But I want the barbershop answer. Okay, so we got all the formalities out of the way, so let's go ahead.
Well, I don't know what I can and can't say. I haven't been live on, on the show in a minute, so you got to tell me the do's and don'ts.
Well, you tell us what's your definition of intimacy, and if they don't like it, then they can bleep it out. But for us,
Hug me, hold me, talk to me, make me laugh. I make you laugh. I want to know what your interests are. What your interests are. All of those things to me can be put under that umbrella of intimacy. Before you even get to the sexual part.
That's what I'm
because
talking about.
we had the conversation last week was that I had told my husband that I needed more intimacy.
I didn't bring any water in here because last time you started talking about me, I had to drink some water.
Not water, tequila. Forget that.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Stuff. Let's go.
And so when I told him I needed more intimacy,
I said, we're going to
he
have a
thought
whole bunch of
he
sex.
thought it meant more
yeah,
sex.
we about to get it on. And then she said, my love language is touch. I mean, like, that's a prerequisite for sex, right?
Yeah, come on now. Sometimes we think we can do all that, but we can't.
I was much younger
Especially
then.
at a certain age.
it tones
down.
I was just wondering. I'm like, okay, it's a lot of that going on. I need more intimacy, which I was trying to explain to him. Like you said, more touch.
Yeah.
More hold.
Yeah.
More attention.
Yeah.
Right?
I was
Right?
giving all of that.
Yes.
Right.
In the bedroom.
Every time I touched you, I was giving you some attention.
So is Nicole the comedian or you?
I'm trying to see what the attention is. I'm trying to what's the, but when you say attention, then you talking about attention?
Attention. Attention.
Right. Fight, right?
That's the attention he was
Attention.
talking about.
Attention.
That wasn't the attention
Exactly.
you were talking about.
Okay.
Right.
So Keisha, hold it for Keisha. What's your definition of intimacy?
I would say, just the bond, the closeness.
Speaking to the mic, the bond, the closeness.
Yeah.
The
The
bond,
bond
the
that you
close.
have with someone,
Okay.
the closeness, the being intimate.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I'm a woman. Yeah.
Okay.
Women seem to be all on the same page. Men,
Because intimacy doesn't always lead to sex.
it doesn't.
cutting
It doesn't
someone's
have to
hair.
involve sex at all.
Cutting someone's hair to me is very intimate.
Okay.
All right.
Because it's a personal. You're touching somebody. It's personal. You know
All
what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
You got a lot of stuff going on.
You got a lot of stuff going on.
Got a lot of stuff.
Touch. See, I said touch because I told him, I said, my love language.
Baby, I ain't got no problem touching you.
I know, I just didn't want it to lead to sex. That's a real issue. All right. So we got Patty over in the corner, y'all. All right. This time I'm gonna get up. And I'm gonna ask Patty, because Patty didn't think she was gonna be talking today.
What?
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right.
You tell them that they got folks in the chair, so that's why they can't get on camera. Thank you.
So
We gonna come
they're
back
actually
to
doing work in the spot here, so we're gonna just move the mic around
You want me
while
to
they're
hold the
working.
camera? I could just, you good. You good being on camera? Okay. All right.
All right. So she gonna grab one here.
Yep.
You should just swing it this way. Just step around here and swing it.
All right. You're not supposed to be talking. I'm supposed to be talking.
Okay, you go ahead and talk, Mama.
But then you're going to get me.
Yep. Actually, on your way past there, can you hit one?
No, because
That's
then
not
you're
gonna
going
do
to get me. Because I was going to put it on the back. This is what happened, guys, when you live and you don't have a production crew.
Uh-huh.
That's what's going on.
That's exactly what's going on.
All right. All right, guys. So this is Patty and what's your name? Darren.
Darren.
Yeah, I said Darren. There you go, Darren.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Darren, I want you to tell us, what is intimacy to you?
Intimacy to me is being with that special person, which would be my wife.
Okay, be honest, though. Be honest.
Right, I am. Spending a lot of time, talking, holding.
His lips will start quivering.
Because you put him on the spot.
Right.
Talking, understanding each other, understanding her feelings. She understands about it's like say touching and talking.
Okay.
And you can do a lot of that without the sexual part.
But when your wife say, I need some more intimacy, are you thinking sex or are you thinking touch?
Oh no. This is my second rodeo.
Okay.
First time you didn't get it right.
No, at first, well, it was some other stuff with that, but
Something.
yeah, but I got over 36 years into this, so I learned I learned from the first one, and to pay attention to what a woman says, what a woman needs, and what a woman wants. But most of the time, what they want you to listen to them and hear them, and respond to the way that they want you to respond. Like say, sometimes it's not always sex. It's just sometimes they just want to be held.
They just want to be held.
They do want to be held. I give you that. Yes.
With you, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you finish because I got some more with that. All right. What's intimacy to you?
Well, here's what it is to me.
All right.
Oh, she got
I think intimacy is sharing. And I mean sharing everything, sharing your conversations, sharing your love feelings, sharing your understanding, sharing with each other so that you'll know what I want without me actually having to have to say it. But if I have to say it, I have no problem because I think if you don't tell people what you need, they won't know. And then the conversation never takes place. So here's what you do. I have a little card. Read this. See, I don't want you not to understand. I want you to understand how I feel, what I feel, and why I feel it. So you can't have intimacy without conversation, without knowledge, without knowing what a person wants you to do, how to do it, and why you should have it done.
Okay.
What else you need?
Woo!
Now, what is sex?
She's dropping the mic over there.
I'm dropping the mic in a minute. Yeah, sex is the union of two, making one.
That's something.
Well, Miss Patty said it all right there. I mean, when two people, say after the intimacy, okay, that's enough talking. Let's get ready. Let's just get busy. So, so I'm agreeing with Miss Patty.
That's it. That's sex, huh? These some different answers. They ready to get down to the nitty gritty.
They like, look, I'm going to give you this card. I'm going to tell you what I need so we don't mess up. Right.
Right. Turn back that.
Yep.
All right.
That's funny.
And I'm going to get over there to Nicole and Keisha. All right. All right. So I know, guys, last week you may have told us what your definition of sex was, but I'm going to need you to drop it again for those who wasn't here to fill in. Or if you want to change your answer, because I think last week we had some totally different answers. Nobody said, well, two people get together and that's it. Let's just,
No,
it's
it was
time
some
to
other
rumble.
stuff.
Sex was a little deeper last week.
Yeah,
this
it was,
week,
'cause they started talking
This
about
barbershop
all
talk. They
Yeah.
ain't playing around up in here.
Yeah, they talking about, look, I'm going to tell you what I want so we can get
I'm
that out
going to
the
give
way.
you a card
Right.
to follow directions.
You read, you understand what I want, give me what I want, and we good to go.
Give me what I want, what I really, really want, right? Ain't no guessing. Hey, he
love
said
that.
you get instructions.
You get instructions with everything else, so why not with that?
All right, so guys, don't forget, if you are out there, don't forget we cannot see your name. Make sure that you drop us your name or a comment. We want to shout you out this Friday. Drop your answers. If you didn't last week, drop your answers down in the comment for what is intimacy and what is sex. Hey, guys, give us the answers on what is sex, because we're going to get to the other people over there. We're going to get back to Kesey and what's her version of sex, because they ain't playing around here. They ain't talking about no close, intimate, getting to know each other. They talking about, look, clothes off, gloves off, full body sport. That's what they they ain't wasting the time here.
Getting into it.
They
All
ain't
right,
wasting
so
no time.
we're gonna say hey to
All right.
Shirley Allen. She piped
Hello, Shirley Allen. Thank you for popping in.
in. Yep, and then Sharice Williams popped in.
All right.
Hey,
Good
thanks.
to see you, Sharice.
Yep, Nancy Smith.
All right, Nancy.
All right.
Nancy, I think last week you got out of it by she said yes. Okay. Nancy dropping a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Nancy, I think last week you got out of it without telling us the definition of sex. So now you
She
in the
did.
home. You in the home tonight, right? You up in the home, not the house.
Right, in the home.
Right, in the home. Let us hear what your definition of intimacy and sex are.
Okay.
All right,
We
so-
have and was it Andrea Gray
Okay.
said that Keisha is the best barber in the city. All right, I like
All
that.
right.
We must agree. We must agree.
I cannot affirm or deny. She gonna have to do something for me first. So I don't get the barber stuff yet, but I'm gonna believe you. I'm seeing her in action, looking good over there. All right. So why don't you tell them, Jason, for those who may be struggling with their mate with intimacy, connection, and sex, what they can download from our website.
Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. They can download the 20 questions we have. So listen, if you don't, we just talked about the cards, right? If you don't get a card with instructions on it, we have some instructions, right? So you can just download the 20 questions.
Go grab your free download at legendaryrelationship.com/EI and start the deeper conversation today.
All right, so that's what I'm talking about. 20 questions to start a dialogue with your mate. And there won't
About-
be no guessing.
That's right. What would be
And they're
clear.
intimate, as intimacy questions. So it's 20 of them. You can't miss. You get out of 20 of them, you got to hit the ballpark. I mean, you got to hit the ball out of the park with at least one of them, right? So we
it's-
give you 20, and they're free downloads, and that's at legendaryrelationship.com/EI. It's free. You just go ahead and download it, and then you and your mate start talking, and you might get a little intimate. And then a little sex may happen because there's a difference, I've been told, on several occasions.
Several occasions. So now that we have a definition of what is sex and intimacy, guys, what I want to get into now is what are some of the barriers to that, right? So now that we know what it is
Right.
and what we want, what are some of the barriers to having intimacy in your relationship or having, good sex?
Right.
Or just having sex, because some people just not having sex.
I don't
So-
understand that, but okay.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, especially if we're together.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
not going to get into that one.
Okay, yeah, that's a whole nother topic
That's
for a whole nother day.
nother horse.
Uh,
All right,
so
so
we're gonna keep it on a high note. With
Keisha, how much time you finishing up quick? You get. I know. All right, she like, all right.
you grab
yeah,
that mic, you
done.
say, "Oh, you done? Yep."
All right, so I'm gonna take it over here.
Okay, take it to the streets, Mama. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put this up there because I hear that the Barber Spa is hiring.
All right.
Don't want that one. Don't want that one. Yeah. It's going to come up. It's a delay, babe. Yeah, we get into it. So the barber spa is hiring. So go ahead and tell them what you're looking for here, Kesia.
I am looking for, turn it up.
Yeah.
You have to hold it. I'm looking for licensed barbers, again, licensed barbers who's dedicated to their craft, who love what they're doing, because it's not work if you love it. It is not work. I need some real barbers. I I need 3 to be exact. I need manicurists, nail techs, who don't mind working with men, a loctician, a braider.
Okay.
I'm open to all of it. So that's what I'm looking for.
All right. So we put the call out. So guys, you can't say you can't find any work because we just found you some work right here in the south side of Chicago.
Am I? Can you turn it down for a second, please, as you're talking to them?
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk to me.
Okay. All right. So there you go, guys. Let me see. I got another. Ooh. Nancy got something up here. What you saying, Nancy? Nancy, no, I ain't got my glasses on here. All right. Sex is so much deeper than physical. It's a spiritual exchange on a higher level. It is so deep. I can't put it into words. Now, that is deep. It's deep. It's deep if you can't put it into words. Okay, I hear you. And we're trying to get there, Nancy. You know, that's what we're actually shooting for. Life and intimacy is so much bigger than the act of sex. So we just have to be able to raise our awareness up higher, right? More than, like I said, more than the act. You coming back? Okay. Can you adjust that camera because one of my arms are off? Just a little bit, babe. No, just turn it a little bit. Just so I can. Just turn it this way, towards me. Yep, this is almost. Oh, yeah. Barriers. What is the barrier of not having good intimacy? Turn you back up?
Turn me back up. All right, we're going to go over here since he got 36 in this game.
Okay.
All right. So, you've been in a long time. Now that you know what intimacy is and sex, what are some of the barriers to intimacy, right? After 36 years, the relationship, everything kind of fades. It's like a ebb and flow, right? So what are some of the barriers that you think prevent couples from having intimacy?
Several
Okay.
things. One, and
only
I,
an hour show.
okay, and well, one of the things is that a lot of couples have a problem, and one of those with me was, I work nights. I worked from 7 to 5:30 in the morning. She worked from 6 in the morning to 2:30 in the morning. So we were like ships,
Yeah.
and that caused a lot of problems. The intimacy and the sexual, it caused problems on both sides. And then you still have your other day life, church,
Right.
other things. So those are some of the barriers that can interfere with intimacy and sexual.
So I was going to ask you, how did you guys overcome it? So what did
So,
okay, I was going to say, because sometimes
well,
we don't
no,
know
that-
during
no.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You guys are just having a conversation over there. You're leaving me out. Now, hold on now. You said that, how did they overcome it? Then Patty said what?
Divorce.
Divorce, how they came over. That's okay. All right.
No, so I'm still, but that does happen with a lot of people. That does.
because they don't realize.
So what we had to do is that time, even on when I was getting ready to go to work and she was coming home, we made the best of that little hour
There you go.
that we had,
Can you define best?
And then when the times that we were off, we made the best of it.
Okay.
He said, what does best
Yeah. I need a little clarification on
Spent
best.
a lot of intimacy and
Oh.
sexual time.
Okay.
Made the best of the
Right.
time that we had with each other.
I really don't want to assume. I just kind of want to know because we got to give people something to work with, right?
But so was it always sex because you guys were only
No,
doing
it
sex?
wasn't. It was,
Okay.
just sometimes, okay, let's go to dinner. I got an hour. Let's go to dinner somewhere and spend time right. So those are some of the other things that you can do. There's a lot of things you can do besides sex,
Yeah, exactly. But in intimacy, right?
Right, that's correct.
All right.
Right.
So Patty, what did you find in your?
I'm going to tell you what the real reason is. The real reason is people lack communication. Look, if you don't talk If you don't share, again, it goes back to that share. If you don't share with people, they don't know. Okay, I'm working 11 to 7. You know I'm working 11 to 7. I'm working 11 to 7 ever since you met me. So let's work it out. Let's figure it out. Let's communicate before we get on that variance of, he ain't spending no time. He got to work 24/7. I got to work morning, noon, night. Hey, hold it. You knew that when you got married. So, okay. But if we were communicating, even if you didn't know, even if you didn't know prior to the marriage, effective communication is significant. You have to talk to your partner. You have to understand that we want to be together. Let's work it out. So, I work nights.
Okay,
I ain't never missed nothing.
That was his
but-
barrier. What were some of your barriers that you couldn't figure out when it was too late? Now you talk about his barriers.
Hold. Let me tell you what my barrier was. First of all, I have never missed nothing. But let me tell you, but I don't take nothing either. So let me tell you.
You ain't
when you
missing nothing.
understand that perhaps he's used to knocking other people around and you don't know what knocking, I'm not. Do I look like I can be knocked around? I'm just saying. So I can't have nobody assuming I can be slapped up beside the head and understand. That won't work well for me. Rather than kill you, I can just leave.
There you go.
But y'all must didn't communicate first.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And he didn't tell you he was going to knock you upside your head?
No, somebody else told him that's what Patty needed. I said,
Somebody else in your business.
somebody else told him that, you know why she talks so much? Because you don't never knock her down. And I said, so when he tried, rather than shoot him, I just said I should just leave. So that's what happened. But I always communicate.
So that was the only barrier, that he just wanted to knock you upside your head?
Yeah.
No other barrier?
Other than I don't drink. He did.
Oh,
So
now that's a
That
barrier.
could have been a barrier. Did you know he drank before you got with him?
Oh, yeah, I did. But see, he never drank to act a fool with Patty because,
So it was okay
Oh, yeah.
until he drank too much until
yeah.
he acted
And I
fool.
said, wait a minute, you might have a problem here.
This is not recreational drinking.
Right.
This is problem drinking.
All right. So we Yep. I'm gonna get over it. So there is a nail tech. Do you want
Go
to
ahead.
be on? You okay? Okay.
You want to chime in though? You got something on your mind. You look like you got something on your mind. Just grab the mic. You got something on your mind. You have absolutely not. Okay. We're
'Cause I
just
was
taking
listening
it
that
all
you
in.
want to just get on camera and do your services, who you are and what you service, and did you want to do a shout out for your clients? You good? Okay. All right. She's good. The nail tech is good. All right.
Lisa, right? Lisa Murray. Okay.
All right.
Tina Marie, Lisa Murray. So I got to change the.
Did she say Murray or Marie? She said Marie.
Oh, it's Marie?
Lisa Marie.
That's awesome.
All right. Oh, God,
awesome.
thank you. You changed it back. All right, so guys, do we have any Nancy's saying something?
Nancy
Did I
says-
miss it? Yep.
Yeah, that was a little bit ago.
Okay, I'm behind the thing.
Yep, you're a little bit behind. That's okay, babe.
This is a different
Oh, no,
layout.
she didn't.
We don't have our stuff like this.
Listen,
Uh-huh.
Nancy did say something. She said, Patty is speaking facts and wisdom. She giving it to the people, isn't she? She been there, done that.
Ain't
She
nobody
gon-
getting
she
no
ain't gonna
head
do it
knocked
again.
up. That's right.
See, but you got to understand, right? Communication, and here's the thing about communication, right?
Go ahead.
It's not just about communicating, although that is important. But you have to be able to comprehend what the other person is saying, because you could be communicating and ain't nobody catching nothing, nobody understanding what's going on. You ever talk to someone and then by the time the conversation is over, you're just as confused as you were before you started? So if my wife tells me she wants more intimacy, my comprehension is we're gonna have a lot more sex. But that wasn't what she was trying to get over to me. She was saying, I want to be touched, which I didn't have a problem touching. but I thought we were going to be touching, moving on. But I didn't know the touching was going to stop. So I had to, once I figured that out. Now here's the thing, right? If she says I want more intimacy, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you more intimacy, then I'm trying to give more intimacy, but then at the same time, we ended up in an argument. I'm
did?
trying to give you what you want.
We did.
Well, yeah, because you said that's not what I want. And I'm like, yeah, you said you want this, and this is what I'm trying to give you, what you said you wanted, right? It's a miscommunication, or I say a miscomprehension of what you
communication.
said, right? You couldn't understand, and you couldn't understand why I couldn't understand.
You know, that brings up a good point that I was bringing up next is
Okay. See,
how do
I just
we-
led you right into that,
That you
baby.
did.
I
So
did.
how
Yep.
do we have these conversations, right? Patty said that communication.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she also said she wasn't going to let somebody hit her upside her head.
Right.
Which we know that that's a very serious thing. Everybody is not able to just get up and walk away.
True.
Right? Or they don't realize the value of themselves to get out when they can. So then it
Right.
takes on a whole new meaning of being able to communicate to this person who is abusive, or just the fact that some people don't talk. Some people don't communicate. They've been married or together in a relationship for years, and they really don't know how to share how they really feel. It's easier said than done.
It is. It is.
I mean, we deal with couples all the time, and I say, well, did you tell your husband what you need? And they go, well, no, he's not going to understand, or
Right.
he don't care.
I've
or-
told him before he didn't
Right,
get it.
right.
He is who he is.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
when we're talking about barriers and we're talking about communication, how does that start? How do we have those hard conversations? Because not everyone can actually talk to their mate.
Yeah.
Not everyone. And you know, and also when we're talking about relationships, just in general, not being able to communicate that to somebody. You ever been in a place where in your mind you're having this whole thing about what you don't like and what's going on and how they're making you feel, but you're not expressing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How
or
many-
you
yeah.
or you could play. Or you ever had the conversation in your head? You know exactly how it's gonna go. You know
Right.
what your mate gonna say.
Right.
You got it all worked out.
Right.
And then as soon as you say one word, all that goes out of the, goes by the wayside because the person didn't say what you thought they were gonna say, and then you end up, with a different type of conversation. You're like, no, I rehearsed this. I knew exactly what you were gonna say, but you don't get the outcome you wanted, and then you headed down a different path.
I'm looking at Nicole and she almost out the chair.
Oh,
And we're going to put her on camera.
Yeah, she definitely getting on camera.
That's right.
She
I
might
wanna-
she
I
might do
wanna-
a set, Miss Comedian. She might. We might have to put past the hat.
I just need to know because we all have so much experience, right? We all have different experiences in relationships. And so we just want someone to know your experiences, right? When the communication, the intimacy, where there was a disconnect.
Yep.
And how when you grow through it, right, we're supposed to learn through our experiences. So I want you to bring some of the knowledge. That's barbershop talk.
Yep. Well, we got
we
enough.
got a lot.
Yeah, don't say the wrong thing.
Well, and see, this, we have some of that. This is the thing. There is no wrong thing.
Not in
because if you're
relationship.
speaking your truth,
It's
your
your
truth.
truth.
That's right. Yeah, I know what you mean, but
Okay,
we know.
oh, come on, shook it now.
Well, just don't hurt my feelings,
Right.
okay? I don't put my feelings on my shoulders. So I'm make sure don't nobody hurt my feelings.
Now, my feelings, on the other hand, get stepped on every once in a while. But I'm a big boy, so I can handle it.
All right.
Right. Ain't nobody else doing no stuff.
All right, so audience out there. So what are your experiences when we're talking about disconnect, when we're talking about being married for, usually when you get into relationships and you get married, you don't talk about sex. You don't
No,
talk
because you
about,
assume you know everything. I mean,
Right.
like, what is it to talk about, right? You come
you
together,
just-
you get
these-
married to have sex.
This is the truth. We don't have these conversations. And
Right.
then 5 years in, when we're not connecting or we don't feel fulfilled,
Yep.
how do we have that conversation? Patty, Patty, you want to get on the mic? Patty, you want to bring you the mic? Patty, you want me to bring you the mic? You talking?
I was talking to him. I'm blessing him.
Oh, okay. I'm like, is it a conversation? Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about, okay. All right. She blessing him out. Just don't go upside his head. Okay. All right. So, anybody out there, let's hear some comments about
Barriers? Or
Well-
what have you overcome? What did you find was a stumbling block or something?
or how to have the conversations, because
How do you start the
if we
conversation?
think about how we get into relationships, sometimes we don't talk about those real intimate things. We just don't. It's like we just assume. We just assume that, hey, we get together, we start having sex, then if we get married or whatever the relationship is, and it gets to a point where, okay, let's say the love phase, let's say the intimacy phase, sometimes it's hard to have those conversations about I'm not being fulfilled in the bed, right? Or I'm not being fulfilled in this relationship.
Wow.
Because people don't have those conversations initially going in. And so we walk around thinking that our mate knows what we need, but we don't bring it to the forefront.
That is true. That's true.
So,
But
again,
but here's the thing: if they bring it to the forefront, that can still cause an issue.
it can. Because I know somebody was like, well, I didn't want to tell my mate because I didn't want to end up with an argument. Because sometimes then when you bring it to them, then some people get defensive, right?
So we have you can end up with a new issue.
Exactly. So
Right.
that's my question. How do we have these conversations? How do we start having relationships that are intimate, that are connected,
Yep.
that have good sex, not just sex?
Okay.
Right? So I'm
Emphasis
asking
on good.
and I'm asking the audience, how do you have those conversations with your mate? Or,
Yeah.
if you find yourself disconnected, you find yourself unhappy, unfulfilled,
Right.
right? Like you said, missing ships.
Yep.
So that means if we're missing each other, there is some disconnect there.
Right. Right.
So how do
exactly.
we have
And we
these-
can't use work as an excuse. Not saying that you were using it as an excuse, but a lot of times people do. Oh, I work 12 hours a day. I work 14 hours a day. I don't have time.
Or
I'm-
it ends up as an argument because
Right.
you're feeling neglected.
Exactly.
And when you bring it out, it comes out as an argument instead of as a conversation.
Exactly, and I like and I like what he said. He said because we maximized our 1 hour that we had, so we spent some intimate time together, which is great, right? Everybody wants to feel fulfilled, right? I want to know that you care enough about me to spend whatever time you have with me. Meaning, just like with me, not on your phone, not in the same place, but with me, caring about me.
Yeah, and I think it's easier to talk about it with other people. It's just not that easy to have that conversation with someone else, with your partner.
Why? Okay, so guys, you guys got to help me out with this. Why is it hard to have a conversation?
I was going to ask him, did you want to join the conversation? So we can turn the mic back on you. We can turn the camera back on you. When you're ready, let us know.
I'm ready right now.
All right,
Okay.
you're ready right now.
Hold on, let me go ahead and get him
So-
situated.
All right, so do you want to join the conversation with what is intimacy to you? Or do you want to join the conversation with what is sex? Because you missed all of that. Or do you want to join the conversation with what are the barriers? Or do you want to join the conversation of how do you talk about the barriers, right?
I want to join the conversation with what is love. Did you talk about that yet?
Tina told us that. What's love got to do with it? Love. Y'all, he said love.
Forget it. I thought maybe that was on the table.
Okay, come on, you can tell us what's love. Tell us. 'Cause no?
I wanted to mix that in.
Oh, yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. It's your show. It's your thing. You can you see us? He go. Oh, no. Go ahead.
where you need to be.
He right there. All right. So
okay.
go ahead. That's for you. That's for you.
Hello,
Yep.
Tell us your name.
David.
Hey, David.
Hey,
All right, David. Now this is live.
good to see you again, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
I
here.
forgot to offer you. Would you like some tequila?
Oh no, I appreciate it though. Thanks.
Off the air.
Okay. Okay.
But so, where do you want to start? So we've talked about that. We're talking about
Yes,
intimacy,
yes,
connection,
yes,
and sex.
yes.
So what is your, and then, so you can blend that love in there too. So where does love, really, where does love fall into intimacy?
Well, I'm no expert, I'll tell you that, but.
But you are in the barber shop, so
But
you're an
no,
expert
I
now.
don't know. The reason why maybe that came to mind is because love, I think, is somewhere in all of those other three areas.
Okay.
What were those again? Intimacy, yes.
Connection and sex.
Yes. So obviously, you don't need love to have intimacy
Or sex.
or sex, good sex. I don't believe. Or you don't need love to have connection. But if you have love in those three areas, I think it'll just take it to
place.
So what is intimacy?
To you?
Well,
According to David, what is the definition of intimacy?
There's no wrong answers.
well, there are different levels of intimacy, of course. So it's not. I don't think there's just a definition to cover all levels of intimacy.
Give us the
But
somewhat.
somewhat, I think intimacy would be feeling comfortable and like you're at home with a person in your being natural.
Okay. So I don't have to be fake. I don't have to show up
Right.
as someone else. I could be
being
silly,
your
or I
true
could
self.
be my
You
true
can
self.
be your true self comfortably with a person without reservation.
Now, how important is that to you, being yourself?
That's why I start off like that. It's essential for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't fake the funk.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You know,
yeah. Because if so, you would have a miserable relationship.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to keep up that front, right?
But
You're
can
trying
go
to be something.
overboard with that too. you know,
Exactly.
which I have some tendency to do sometimes.
Okay.
You know, I mean, if there's no, but go. Oh, I mean, if you're too. I found as I've gotten to this place where I am now, you know, as an adult male, black male, that you can sort of. Sometimes it takes time to be able to comfortably be your true self with someone, and if you're your true self too soon, you know that might be a little bit too much too soon too. So that's why it's called intimacy, because you have to get to that place.
I would suggest that you show up as your authentic self in the beginning.
Yes, yes.
Because it becomes a problem when you show up as someone else, and then sometime in the relationship you start to show up as yourself. Then it becomes a confusion, right? So if I'm going to show up right out of the gate with who I am, and I don't have to try to weave myself into the relationship.
Yeah. So I hope I answered your question about.
Yeah. Well,
what
like I said, there's no wrong answers, because we're in the barbershop, so all answers are right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all it is. We just need to know what it means to you.
So now what is sex?
Well, sex is freedom to
Okay.
do what you feel like doing, you know, to have sexual gratification.
Okay, I like that.
To do what you feel
Want to do. He wants to be as freaky as he want to be with no nothing.
So
Right.
let's talk about that. So what if your partner doesn't want you to be as free as you want to be?
Well, yeah.
Patty done said something over here in the corner. She missed that conversation. She didn't read the card. She didn't read the instructions.
Patty said,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
give him a card and you tell him exactly what you want, what you expect, and what you need.
Well, you know, those things too, I guess, can come out in time. I think she's being facetious.
But if you write on the
Yeah.
card, then your partner can't
Yeah.
get confused, right?
Well, I guess so.
What if you have the intimacy, you have the closeness, there's some love in there, right?
Right, yeah.
And now you want to have sex. And you want to
Right.
be as free as you want to be.
Right.
But then your partner say, whoa, that's a little free, too free for me.
Right.
How do you
Well,
have the conversation about that?
I've never had that experience,
Okay.
so I can't speak
You
on
be
it.
having tequila on the side, right?
You know, but look, you have to be compatible with someone.
But you
So
don't
that's
know
important.
how free people are in the bedroom until you get to that stage, right?
Yeah, that's
Is that a deal
true.
breaker?
It could be, yes. It could be, I suppose. You know,
Yeah.
it could be a deal breaker. Yeah, but that's why you want to
What you
be.
mean, suppose? We ain't talking hypotheticals. We talking about David.
Well,
Well,
well, you know, I'm sorry. It's good to see you again, Tina. You know, I guess I'm thinking of this situation I read about, and this is I'll just take 1 minute at the most.
Okay.
15 years ago, do you remember when Barack Obama was Senator Barack Obama, and he first threw his hat in the ring for presidential candidate, and his candidate back then was someone who was like the, I guess, had all the endorsements to run, but a story broke about him and his wife. The wife rejected him, or just like you said, she did not agree with some of his sexual picadillos, which I guess you could use that word. He wanted to engage in some type of sex where it was group sex or something like that, or they could. Yeah. And she said no.
Okay.
She said no. I'm not with that. So there you go. I don't know if they got a divorce, but they had been married for all this time, and she. No, I'm not.
But here's the thing: you can be married. So this is one thing.
So if I can just finish that point.
Okay, go ahead.
So here you have a situation, if all the facts were as I remember them, and I'm probably not remembering all the details, but just in general, with that type of situation, you had a couple who went through the intimacy, who went through the love, and then you get to this point, and he reveals this this freedom he wants to have, and after, even when they were at that point, she said no. She shut him down. So I guess you could still have the marriage and the person still not know the person completely.
True, because that means you didn't show up as yourself. So you always wanted to have this and do this anyway.
Right.
You just, after 15 years or however long it took for you to just get up enough nerve to say, honey, I really want to do other things with other people.
Yes. Yep.
Or maybe not. Well, it has to be in you to come out. So you see, I see a lot of things, right? So a lot of things don't resonate with me because it's not in me. But if I see so, I go, whoa, I'm going to try that, right?
But we can also think about if it's something he thought about. I bet he can hear me. And you want to try it, then it's rather to
Grab the mic.
have a conversation.
Right.
And an
Grab the mic and then go back and forth. Yep.
Okay. So that leads us to what when we were talking about how do you have these conversations, right? How do you have these conversations where it's not, hey, look, I want to, because if I was a fly on the wall, I could almost guarantee the way he brought it to his mate wasn't a real good, we're connected, intimate conversation. It was this is what I want to do. Hey, you game? I'm going to do it with you or without you. So what are you going to, I
That never ends well.
By the way,
Tina Marie.
Tina, he got knocked out of the race. That was it for his campaign. That's what I want to finish with.
Okay.
And so that's just not a situation between him and his wife. Now we're bringing in the morals.
Right. Other points of view and all that other stuff. Yeah.
That got him shut down. And that's how Barack Obama he didn't run against anyone because that guy, his campaign folded.
Over sex.
Okay.
Right.
And so when we're talking about, when you said you want to be free, and we get to a point of, because this is the stages of dating, right? You find someone, you're intimate, you get connected, now sex is the next level. Do you let all of that?
Sometimes it doesn't happen in that order.
Of course, good point, but I'm trying to make it seem like that, right? But if it did, my point is, at what point do you let loose? Do you come to the sex bedroom? Hey, I want to be as free as I want to be, or again, because then you're not showing up as yourself. Right. Is it stages? At what point? At what conversation?
Right.
Yeah. So how?
Well, everyone is different. Everyone is.
We talking about David?
Yeah. Oh well. I typically I happen to be somewhat of an uninhibited person to begin with. Right. So there we go.
All right.
I mean.
He want to be free.
That does. I guess over the years, yeah. That has been the case. Because if someone's not with that, then we don't move on. So, but that's just me. I'm not saying I don't. I have things I like and don't like, just like everyone.
Right.
And well, I would say a deal breaker for me. I would say no sex before marriage.
That's a deal breaker?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I want to be clear because that's.
If we were talking about getting married, no,
So wait,
no.
wait. You mean you all can't have sex, or you have to?
No,
have
he,
sex?
No,
he's
we
saying
have
that he wants to have sex before marriage. Right.
That's why I want to be clear.
Okay, yeah, let's get
No
some
sex
clarity.
Before marriage means
Right.
no sex before marriage. So you mean you guys have to have sex before you get married?
Yes, that for me.
So okay, that's your deal breaker. And then no matter what they say no, I don't want to.
Well, then he won't be getting married.
Yeah. You know what? That goes back to what you just asked me about the, uninhibited part.
Right.
Because I did, now that I'm thinking about it, there was a person who I met years ago who told me she was slow as a nail. You know what that means? You're not familiar with that term?
I'm not.
A woman
Well,
wouldn't
that's
tell
what
me
she-
that 'cause
that's what
I
she
have a
told me.
husband.
And I respect that. You know what? Let me just hasten to say that I respect a person if that's their morals and values. Who am I to say that's not what's right for you? But we're not gonna
But so-
be
so-
moving forward. So that was a deal breaker.
I understand that.
I respect your morals and your standards, just not with me.
Right.
So you don't want a woman to get morals and standards.
No, that's not true.
Okay, look. Yeah. All right.
No, of course I do. I want to. That's very important. Just because a
go
woman
ahead.
decides to have premarital sex
Doesn't change it?
doesn't mean she is lacking in
Right.
morals and standards. A lot of women with morals and
I
standards.
didn't say that. That's what you said. She had
Oh.
morals and standards, but I moved on.
Yeah, that particular value was not resonating
With
with
you.
me.
Okay.
So
So that didn't work for
we
you.
were not compatible enough for me to. And then again, I wasn't interested enough to get to know her and
Because she was
wait.
slow as a nail?
Yes, are you familiar with that term?
I am not.
No? Okay.
No, I have no idea what
Slow as a,
I took it to mean that she was going to be very, very, there was no rush just to go to bed together. I mean, she was going to take her
Oh, she
time.
was gonna take her
having
time.
sex.
Gotcha.
With just in general. And I respected that, and I remember that. For some reason, it was time, but I know we were not going to probably have
So
a
what is your insight on that? Are you what do you think about how soon you should have sex?
I would say it could be anywhere from whatever works, number of weeks to a month or more, or that same month. Not immediately. It could
Okay.
be
If it's a
anyone.
connection?
Yes, it could be. I guess a range.
Okay.
No, I can't. I couldn't.
How far is your range that you're willing to wait?
Tina, that's hard to say. I would never put a time on it because now at this stage of my life, maybe you meet someone who can make you wait, who
Okay.
can change your perspective. So I would say I'm
Is
open.
it me or is David confusing y'all? Because he just said he left that woman because she was a snail.
Well, at the
But that
time,
was
Snail, he
15
wasn't
years
waiting.
ago.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
couldn't.
that
He
was a
couldn't.
long
Now
time
you're
ago.
willing to wait.
He said
Maybe,
if he
maybe,
finds someone
Okay.
that might change his perspective, that he might hang around a little longer. He said because he find that the relationship could to be more interesting.
But it would have to happen, and I'd have to meet someone and then have that experience. So
But you're open to that.
sure.
Yeah.
Are you in a relationship right now?
Yes,
Okay. How long have you been in this relationship?
4 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so what is different about this relationship as past relationships?
Well, let's see.
Does she know you're gonna be live?
No.
Oh.
Okay, let's hope you don't come across her
Yeah.
feed. So make sure you say the politically correct answer.
Right.
Well, that's why I'm not concerned about that. But we are. The different thing about this relationship, Tina, would be, we're kind of like complement each other very, very well.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's a little freaky too.
Get down to it, right?
She likes to be free.
Yes, I would say so. But, you know, I would, she's sort of, I guess how you would say, measured in that. Measured.
Okay.
You know, she.
No, I don't know what that means.
Measured. The word, oh my goodness.
Nope, no, you gotta
When you're
explain.
measured about something, you sort of,
So is that
you know,
hesitant? Is that not all in?
I'll go a little bit. Just
I'm a
I'll
little freaky. I'm a freaky.
right.
No,
I'm
no,
a
no.
1 to 10. I'm a little loose, but not all.
well, I would say, let me put it a different way. She is mature and what is that word? I'm trying to
But
think
you're
of.
having a hard time figuring it out.
It means that you just don't, you're, it's like kind of when you eat a pie that you like, maybe banana cream pie. You don't eat the whole pie. You just, oh really? You just take slices of it in portions. You know, you take portions that
I
are,
have to ask you,
yeah.
do you know what that means? She's measured.
Yes, calculated. So, yeah. There's always an underlying reason, so she's adding things up. She's calculating.
Yeah.
Comfortable,
No,
we're-
the confusion. It's because when we're talking about I want to be free.
Free.
And then he was like, she ain't all in,
Right.
but she a little calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Sex and calculations don't go together.
Right.
Ooh.
I don't. I'm just. I don't know.
Said it right, she's hesitant.
I got to let this comment in here.
Okay. Let that
Thank
come
you.
in.
All right. This comment is from Darlene Edwards. Now you can leave it up there where you at because she's talking to you all.
Oh, she talking to us. All right.
She said, "OMG, so awesome. You guys are not playing with him." Yep. Yep.
All right. Darlene is funny. All right, Darlene. Thank you for tuning in. That's Darlene's comment right there. Can you see it? All right.
And Darlene said, "You're not playing."
All right. Does anybody have any questions for David? Because he was. I don't know.
David was brave, and I like that. He was very
brave,
forthcoming.
But you know what he also was? He was
What?
a little measured.
He was measured because you don't want you out here in front of you out here in these streets. You don't want to say the wrong thing. I do
we're-
understand that.
But that was the whole point of bringing it to the barbershop. So
Right.
we're gonna have Nicole next because Nicole's trying to be
Ooh.
measured too.
Nicole gonna drop it.
Nicole's
She
trying
gonna
to-
drop the mic.
Where you going, David?
Oh, I thought Nicole was gonna-
She coming, but you still here. So Nancy, Darlene,
Mm-hmm.
Dennis, anybody else out there to drop some? Anybody have a question for David or Kesia or Nicole or Patty? Oh, Patty, y'all better watch for Patty.
Yeah, you got to watch the answer you might get from Patty. Now you're gonna ask the question, but I'm gonna have to measure that question.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So any closing remarks, David, before we have any questions?
Yes, I do. If I could, I'm running out of juice. I love words, and if I had juice on my phone didn't just
that's
turn off. I
That's
would
what you
have
do in the
looked
bed when she's a little measured. You let me get my phone and give you some words.
up. I was gonna, because I don't feel that I sufficiently gave you a sufficient definition for the word measured. So let me just put it in use more than one word.
Okay.
We are compatible
Yep.
because we respect each other's space.
Okay.
And I guess if
Is there a lot of space during sex?
no.
we were talking about that.
No.
Okay. So there's close space. Close
Yeah,
proximity.
yeah.
Okay.
So-
and you respect that space.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of if I have not been. Oh, that's where the intimacy comes in, actually.
Woo. Okay.
What, through space?
No.
Oh, okay.
I came in.
Light bulb
I came in a few minutes ago, and you were saying if your wife tells you she wants to be more intimate,
What does that mean to you?
the same thing my man's. I'm sorry,
Jason.
Jason said. You know, you think you want more
Yep.
sex
Yep.
straight up,
Yep.
but it could mean just being to closeness and all of that. So if I am getting off track, if I lose sight of that, that's when she might slow me down and say, "Hey."
Yeah.
Not in her. She would never has said I want more intimacy, but her actions have shown that.
I need more intimacy.
Yes,
Because the intimacy outside of bed, it translates to intimacy inside
that's
the
right.
bed.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah. I've learned that.
What men need as, in the bed, sometimes women need it as touch and feel. Nicole said attention, right? So I don't just want you to give me attention when we're in the bed naked. I
That's
want you
right.
to give me attention when we're everywhere.
That's
so
right.
that's kind of what intimacy is.
Yes, and I have taken that to heart. I try to do that
You
all the
said
time.
she would never tell you that. Is that what you said? She would never.
She's never used the word intimacy.
What has she used?
Do this, do that. Ask me to do things.
He said, let's
Ask
get
me
it
to
on.
do stuff.
So it's
No.
in bed or outside the bed?
Both.
Okay, do this, do that.
Yeah, ask me to do things a lot, and sometimes she shouldn't have to ask me, but if she does, I make sure to get it done to the best of my ability, inside and outside of the bedroom, and that's where the intimacy comes.
That's the key. Just paying attention to the little small hints that's being dropped.
Yeah.
And I like
Paying
to.
attention to what she says. It's no hint, right, ladies? It's no hint. It's right, Patty?
There's definitely hints, and there's level to the hints. And I know because I've been.
You know what? We're gonna set the record straight. That's the problem. Men think they're hints. They're no
There
hints.
are definitely hints.
It's straight up.
Ladies, don't you drop hints?
No, we just dropped the car.
You gotta know your audience. You gotta know who you're dealing with. You gotta know your people.
The hints come after we told you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But like he said, some things you shouldn't have to ask. You learn your person over, through time.
Oh, you want the? Oh, she wants the.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, I'm not camera ready.
Oh, you
shit.
ain't got to be
Well,
camera
no,
ready.
this ain't the
We
camera, it's
got
just
your
the
mic ready though.
Yeah,
We
that's
get
it.
you
It's
mic'd
just the
up.
mic.
Okay.
There you
All
go,
right.
there you go.
So what was the last thing he said?
He was talking about she asking for stuff inside and out the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to pay attention that he doesn't. She asking for things.
So
And so he was saying women drop little
Right, dropping hints.
Right, some things he should know. So what you were saying.
So as it results to dropping hints, good communication, you don't have to drop hints. You just talk. As you become friends in your relationship, you share things. And that's,
We just talking in general. She just not him. He ain't said that. But we just talking in general. Yeah.
I got you. And I am too. I'm just saying, when you have that bond of friendship with your mate, you really don't have to say anything. You just know what to do. When you get off of work and you go home, dinner ready. The kitchen is clean, your house is clean, clothes folded. You get everything from her when you give.
Wow.
Everything from her when you give.
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 Yep.
I'm sorry.
Got some
And
more.
my name is Mia.
Hey, Mia.
Hey. So what I mean,
Mia in the
Mia
house.
in the house. What I mean by when you give, it's not necessarily. I'm not talking about finances because everybody want to scream, oh, he's got to do this for me. He's got to buy my car. He's got to buy me a purse, pay my rent, all this stuff. No. That's not what I'm talking about. What I mean by give is your time, your affection, and your emotions, your attention. Correct.
What women need. What she
What?
needs.
Okay.
Yes, the internal things.
I like that.
Yes. You want to comment? Okay.
Okay.
I just want to say, it's not just women. Men need the same thing.
Come on
Women
now. Say
forget about
something.
that.
Say something.
Yeah, I know you did, but
Yeah.
When he's the lead.
But I'm just talking about, you're right, but a lot of time, yes, well, look at today's, well, you got to look at what that's supposed to be. Biblically, bleed, like, right, exactly. But at the same time, and I've experienced this, where a man try to lead, but then you have those that don't want to be led. They want to lead the man.
Right.
So it can go both ways, and the man can lead, but if he got that magnet pushing against him to lead, I want to lead, I want to do this, I want.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go, Mia. But sometimes that's a lack of communication too.
Well, no, it's sometimes-
Because no.
I'll
But
tell you why.
Uh-huh.
Because everybody has them.
Mr. Scott, you
brought
want?
up.
What you need from me,
I can
sweetie?
say I know of a family, and this guy told me all the women in his family is messed up. because the way they was taught by their mom. And their mom didn't teach them, the women. They taught them, get what you can from a man. A man's supposed to do this, supposed to that, blah, blah, blah. You get your,
But you know what?
but it's the way that you brought.
No, because you can find the right man, and he will change your whole mindset.
Can I swing that camera over there just a little bit? I know
They
Mia
just
ain't
sticking out
quite
the door,
ready,
y'all. They
but you
just-
can't
oh.
really see that well, Mia. It ain't a close up.
I'm sorry.
I just need to swing that camera around there just a little bit.
Man, go ahead.
All right, I appreciate you. I love that.
Go ahead.
All right.
Hopefully your audience won't judge me.
No, it ain't gonna be no judge me, though.
Oh, okay. All right.
Workout place. It's a no judgment zone.
Okay. All right.
We always please. It's a no judgment zone. So
Okay.
anyway you look, you got it.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right, you on.
So basically what I was about to say going off of what you just said, you were saying how certain women are a certain way that men choose. That's it. What makes you choose this person, this kind of person? Because sometimes we have to look deep within ourselves. Right, absolutely, because
But at the same time, you have situations where you play this role. You play that role in the beginning to get them, but then, yeah, you get. So now you thought, cause see, situations where, yeah, I want you to lead, I want you to be the man, hey, I want you blah 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 blah, and then as soon as you say I do, then who you to tell me? Ain't nobody telling me. Exactly. So.
Give me the mic.
okay. So don't get mad at me with what I'm about to say, y'all.
No judgment.
Okay, so when someone says that, I think somebody gonna get mad.
But what I,
Okay, hold on, Mia. I'm bringing another mic because Mia done set the mic on fire over there. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
so
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, let's go. Okay.
No, I'll just.
So if you're a person, okay, so I'm gonna go off of, I'm gonna say me because I'm a person of faith, right?
Me too.
So if you're in your studies and you understand the God you serve and you are
Right.
connected to him, he'll guide you to that right person.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about all of that stuff. But most of us, we don't want to wait on him. We want to do it off on our own. I've been there. I've done
We
it.
don't want the
Yes.
right woman. We just want the first woman that's going to.
Absolutely.
So that's how you get
So,
bamboozled.
and that's my whole point of saying that. A lot of times we go off and we do things on our own without him leading the way and having that conversation with him. Is this the person for me?
Well, actually,
He'll reveal it.
like I was sharing with them, I've been in this for 36 years. The first one was 30 years. Then I remarried. But before I remarried, I prayed to God for the right woman, to bring me the right woman. And it was just so funny, she was praying for this, she been through a lot, abuse and all that with men and all of that. And she prayed for the same thing. And so I look at it, when you ask God, and I'm a true man of God, and ask God, and God present that to me, I'm gonna say, hey, this is who God sent me, this is the right woman. But then, like I say, you get married, then you see the other
what?
side. You see a difference. Because now they married, and then I
Then
have
that's
to remember.
not the woman God sent for you.
Well,
We
that's-
just,
I just want to get some clarification.
I mean, I'm just, you
Right.
know.
We're going to get back to that conversation. So you said you were married 30 years the first time and 36 the second time.
No,
or
no,
is it?
No, the second time.
It's 6. See that clarification. I was like, I think he adding. He been in the game 36 years. You've been in the rodeo 36 years, but this last rodeo you've been riding for 6 years. Yeah, see, that fine line make a difference. We had to get that clear. There you go. Just like that's that no sex before marriage. I was like,
Right,
okay,
all
wait a
of
minute.
that
Does that
stuff.
mean that we
Get 'em
can't have
straight.
sex or that we gotta have sex? Okay.
But that all goes back to that relationship with God and getting in that word, because if you in that word, you know what he requires of you, and he will bless you with what you ask. That's
Patty,
what he says.
I think I can hear your thoughts. They're behind me.
Come on, Patty, what
Come
you
on.
This
got?
is it. This is it.
This is it. This is
Now look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Again, it goes
this is
to.
it.
This is it. Again, it goes to a lack of communication. And guess what? Not communication with your mate, but your communication with your God. Because guess what? God will always send you what you ask for. Now, it may not be in your time, but it'll be in due time, and it'll be in God's time. And it'll always be in harmony. Order my steps, and it shall be done.
And so what happens is when you get bamboozled, you weren't willing to wait. When you get that woman who was, because you know what? We're all influenced by by our caregivers, right? We
Right.
are. Everybody's been influenced here by their caregivers.
That's true.
Either positively or negatively, but it's what we choose to do with it. But you also have to understand the person who's throwing the judgment. You can't take a whole person's word for it, because he may be the one that's messed up, blaming it on her, because that's what we do in relationships. Do we not? Do we not? We toss it over. Oh, it ain't me. It's her.
Right.
It ain't me. It's him.
Right.
Right? We project. How often do we say, you know what, I'm going to stand up. It really was my fault. Not very much in a relationship, especially if you're in an argument. It's you, right? So when we're dealing with relationships and we're talking about communication, and, Jason and I, we always talk about, people say, communication is key. Communication is key, but you got to know which key.
Right.
Because effective.
The thing is, a lot of times in relationships, you listen to respond,
Absolutely.
not to hear. And that's what's most important.
And sometimes, but also when doing that, when you listen to hear, sometimes we have to understand that we're hearing through the lens of our experiences. We're hearing through the lens of our last relationship. We're hearing through the lens of our last argument.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about not only communicate, because you can be communicating to your partner, but what are they hearing? How do we know they are hearing what we're saying? Right?
Right.
So we have to be effective in the way we communicate. So, case in point, when we were talking about, hey, I need more intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe my point was, more touch, more feeling. He didn't hear that. He heard more sex.
Yep.
When we in the bed, you want more touching.
Yep.
You want more feeling. No, I don't want. I want it outside the bed. So we have to understand, what are we filtering our hearing through? And then what is my partner's communication? How do they communicate? How do they understand? What is their communication pattern? What is their communication style? Because
Basically, love language.
no, communication style is different than love language. But love language.
But doesn't that go hand in hand?
It can go hand in hand, but when we're talking about communicating, that's something totally different than love language, because we get confused in love language. So a person says, a quality time is my love language. So your partner is sitting there right next to you, y'all watching TV, but that's not quality time. He's on his phone, you on your phone, so because you're still missing that communication. So even though love language is another area of relationships, but communication style is not love language. Love language is, how do I feel loved? Communication is, how am I hearing you? How are we communicating?
How are we actually communicating?
So, honey, give them your interpretation when you say tossing the ball.
Oh, yeah. So communication is like playing catch.
I'm gonna move on over here. So
Okay.
Nicole, cause she out the chair.
Oh, Nicole out the
So
chair.
I want Nicole and Kesey to come and sit on down.
You guys,
You say,
Mia is done now. She has left.
Mia said she's done.
All right, Nicole, you come on, sit on down right here. I'm gonna give you this mic. So go ahead, baby. Tell them about communication and how to give them a scenario of
All
what
right,
it means.
switch the camera around to you, babe. Okay, so communication is like playing catch. All right, so a lot of things have to happen when you're talking about communicating. So we're playing catch. I have the ball. I toss the ball. So the ball needs to be caught. So is the ball being caught, or is it being deflected, or is it being fumbled? What's going on? After you catch it, you have to turn around and throw it back to me. So in communication, there's a lot of throwing going on. There's a lot of deflecting, a lot of fumbling, a lot of things going on, but it's not a lot of catching and throwing it back. And that's where we get mixed up. So, yeah. I try to keep things simple because, talking to men sometimes got to, No.
All right, David, you on?
I have a question.
Yep.
That's me.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh. Go ahead.
I want to congratulate you on your certified life coaches. When I was in Kesia's chair last week and you were coming, I asked her, is this what they do for a living? And it seems like it could be.
Yeah, this is it.
What is, I'm just curious, what is you and your wife's background in relationship counseling? And do you have a license as a counselor or or any other profession in that area where people come to you for counseling?
Okay. So, yeah, thank you. That was an excellent question. I appreciate that. You want me to turn your mic on, babe? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can. Okay.
Okay. So, we're not counselors, but we are certified life and relationship coaches. Counseling is a totally different thing. We are
And even
mentors
though they-
and coaches, right? So, we help individuals move forward in their relationship, regardless of where they are right now. So we don't care too much about the past. We talk about right here, how can we make it better? How can you change to make your relationship better? So we coach you to move forward.
So there is similarities, right? People say, am I on the thing? Okay.
Yeah, you are.
When we talk about counselors, right? So as we said, we're not counselors, but we study the same thing. And it's a very fine line, because when you're talking about people and you're talking about relationships, you have to know the psychology of people. You have to know how people operate. You have to, not only that, but you also have to be able to guide them. I like to say, when people say, what are coaches? We help you win at relationships. That's the difference. Jason, you turn. Oh. Okay. Jason?
Go ahead.
His mic.
Do you have clients? Do
Yes.
people call you and schedule appointments, and do you bill them for your time?
We do.
Yep.
Oh,
And it's all on our
okay.
website.
We're certified
Excellent.
life and relationship
Well,
coaches.
there we
have coaching.
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
So we
And
have
this is our
various
book right here.
we have various coaching packages. We work with many different couples.
Okay. What about individually? What if you want to come as an individual to get some type of
Come on, Keith. Come on, sit on
relationship
down.
counselor?
I
I may,
Oh.
I'll get your information. I may want to continue the conversation.
Okay,
Sounds
that's
good,
fine.
sounds
Yep,
good.
that sounds good.
So we come on, Nicole. Come on. All right, come on. You gonna give that mic to Nicole?
First things first.
Okay,
come on,
I
right
hear
there.
you. Come on, do your
First
thing.
things first.
Have a seat.
Yeah,
Your back-
you finished your shot already. I gotta do this so I can get to mine. Okay.
Congratulations.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Y'all got your booties to
Person.
the camera. Turn around.
Appreciate you.
She recently won first place.
Well, it wasn't first place, but you know, I was just one of the winners of the
You
comedy
won-
competition.
There you
You
go.
won the competition
Yeah.
for comedy.
Yeah, I did.
Comedy night. I don't even know what to call comedy night.
It's
Or what-
Vouch. It's called Vouch. That's the name of the organization.
Okay, Vouch.
That's,
Comedy
that's
That's
a
what's
big
up.
fucking deal. Excuse my language.
Yeah, well,
Congratulations.
All right.
Thank you.
All right,
It
have
is a
seat.
big fucking
Debbie,
deal to
you
me.
Can sit, you can sit there. You can sit there. Either way, Debbie, you don't have to leave. You can stand there. All right.
All right.
Mia. Oh, I was like, if you want to join us too, it's a big enough couch. We could all. You gotta work. Oh, Mia gotta work, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
all right.
Okay, I'm ready for you. What you
Just
need to
join
know?
on in.
Okay.
On in
I
here.
was listening, but I wasn't listening. I mean, you know, because I forgot his name, but
Is somebody at the door? Okay.
he was really trying to explain some things and everything. I still don't understand.
So
but
give
it's
us your
okay.
I know. Give us your breakdown on the whole thing of relationships. Come on, what you in a relationship right now?
I
You
am.
better say the right thing.
I am.
Right?
No, I speak the truth. I'm
Okay.
direct. Look, my comedy name is Real Cole, and that's for a reason because
Okay.
I keep it real. You know, relationships are what you put into them. It's just simple as that. But the thing that I think people are really missing when it comes to relationship is honesty and telling their mates what they really want and what they're about, what it is that they want.
Why do you think that's a problem?
Because they may really maybe they may not be going in the same direction, but they something in life, but all they know is that they really love that person, you know, and they're probably figuring, well, maybe what I want is not out of reach. Maybe what they want may not necessarily be out of reach. They may be trying to find a way to make it work, you know, together or whatever, but it may or may not. I don't know.
Because why I asked that is because you're saying sometimes we just can't express that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying. Sometimes people can't really say what they want,
But they should be able to.
right?
They should be able to.
Right? And
Yeah.
so how do we, when you're talking about relationship, you love somebody and you're in it, and I had a thought and I was gonna ask you a question and it just kept on going, so I'm just gonna try to jump back on that train. You know, y'all ever hear that?
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Because-
I don't know what side of 50 you on or whatever,
I
but
know.
the closer you get to it or past it or whatever, yeah, you know, I'm noticing that now
Yeah.
myself. And I got to speak when it's on my mind, because if not, don't
It's
even
gonna
worry
be
about
gone.
it. Don't even worry about it. Trust me.
Okay, so you were talking, because when you first said it, you were like, we need one of them crews that can rewind.
Yep.
Being able to, when you're in a relationship, you said you speak honesty, but sometimes people can't be honest, right? People can't.
Some people
They,
can't.
because you know what, they want something. And in relationships, people sometimes want you to be a mind reader, for lack of better words.
I'm
Right.
very good at that.
No, but we do that in relationships because we really don't know, because we've never been taught. We've
That's
never
right.
been taught how to actually effectively communicate what we need from our partner. And so when it's time to have those conversations, we don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And then I guess that's what Jason meant by dropping subtle hints, right? Subtle hints. Well, I like this, I like that. But there's so much that we're holding inside, and we don't, either for fear, for not knowing how to communicate it, for not knowing what to say, or from the fear of not how your mate's going to react.
Well, see, for me, of course, I'm in a lesbian relationship. I'm one of the alphabets. That's me. I'm rainbow. It's all over me. It's all over
Okay.
me. So here's
Ain't
the
nothing wrong-
thing.
a relationship is a relationship.
No, ain't nothing
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
with it.
yeah,
I
I
ain't
know.
gonna change, girl. So
Okay.
so this is what it is. Let me explain something to you. It is hard for some. I think it is hard for women to like be honest and stuff, because how are you gonna tell a man or a woman if you nasty? You don't like to clean the house. You gonna tell me that? And you think I want to be in a relationship with you? You being
Or
really
finding
tell
the
me
right way to say it,
you're
right?
alert- Yeah, there's no way to say that you don't like mops and brooms and soap and stuff. There's no way. How you gonna tell that to someone? So when you meet a person, that you meet a woman or whatever, and you get to her house, I know from experience, and then you get in there, you walk through the door, and your feet sticking to the floor and stuff, like you a slave or something like that, because she ain't swept them off the floor. She couldn't be honest and tell me that she was nasty. So some things you just can't not be honest about.
Or maybe she don't know she nasty.
Oh, she knew. She didn't care.
Some
She
people
just
don't
got-
look. Some people don't know.
I have to agree. I
Can
think
get
some
it back?
people
Can I-
don't
some
know that
people
they
don't
nasty.
know. I'm gonna tell you this, because
Because she wouldn't have invited me to her house then, would she?
No, exactly. Because if she thought she was nasty, that was her version of clean. You want
Not
some
right
tequila?
now. No, I need a Modelo to chase mine. I can't drink it straight.
Okay,
like that.
because if she thought she was nasty, she would not have invited you to her house.
No.
That was her version of clean, right? So, and that's where we get into relationships when we were talking about communication.
Yeah.
Not only communication, but the level of understanding. What is she filtering it through, right? Because maybe in her past experience, her feet wasn't sticking to the floor. She was walking through all the clothes on the floor.
Exactly.
And so now her version of clean is, at least there's no clothes on the floor. Maybe I didn't mop in a week or a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you
But
got
she
any
don't
kids?
get me? No, I knew better. No,
Okay, okay. So my version of clean is definitely not my kid's version of clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got you. Well, we definitely know. But
And so-
I've raised children, but they
So
just
when
not
we
mine.
talk about what people think, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
So my understanding, no, you shouldn't be able to see nothing. So I'll clean. I mean, to be honest with you, don't tell my husband.
No, don't tell me.
My version of clean ain't his version of clean. Because
He
I
can't
say,
hear you, girl.
I'll say, baby, go clean the kitchen up for me. He'll wash the dishes. That's it. That's his version of clean.
Ain't swept none of them cornbread crumbs, nothing from up off that floor.
But the
How about-
dishes
how about
clean.
Just the countertop.
Yeah.
Just the countertop.
I'm
It's
just saying
so-
that the
so
dishes are clean.
The dishes are clean.
We got this backdrop for it, but you're supposed to clean that after our fried chicken and stuff.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
so you have to understand, right? With some,
Right.
They're not going to tell you they're nasty
Right.
because if you say it, they're going to say I'm not nasty.
Yeah, see, but they see that's just it. Honestly, if I wasn't married, I don't know that I would be in a relationship anymore, because people, their expectations to me are not realistic. I've heard people.
Okay,
I've
wait.
heard,
People's expectations of other people are
Yeah,
not.
if you want someone to come in, and especially just be realistic right now. Look at this economy right now. So if you meet someone, I think a lot of people are struggling right now. So if you meet someone, and a lot of women think that a mate. I'm not going to just say man,
Right,
a mate.
right.
It's supposed to
Provide.
right, exactly. But who's going to provide for me? Because see, I need it as well, because I'm struggling over here.
Right.
So can we find a way to come together and make this work,
Right.
instead of you
Don't-
looking
right.
for me to
Right.
to
Just
take
come
care
in and be the whole provider.
Exactly. So I don't know
but that's
And Tina,
Can you see David?
I cannot see David.
All right,
I see
David,
David's
slide on
arm.
it. Slide on it, and Nicole, you
She-
slide on
Okay,
over
yeah,
here.
okay.
Come on
she
in.
just touched on. I didn't comment on that. That's very important.
You want to comment on it?
I help out my significant other financially, and there's more to do. That never stops. That's very important.
Yeah.
You have to show you how much you care. You can't just talk about it, especially in Chicago.
Well, see, this the thing.
Yeah.
That's part of the whole come as you are.
Yeah.
See, that's where we fail sometime in relationships because we want to be something different than what we really are.
That's right.
We got to show up as ourselves. And the younger generation, they're getting it but not getting it because they come and they ask all these questions. Well, what's your credit score and what job do you have and what can you do but they're missing the point of how can we succeed together?
That's right.
See, the question isn't what's my credit score. The credit is what's ours, and if we want to be together, how do we do it collectively, not individually?
And build
See,
and improve.
and build.
Yeah.
So,
And
so I'm
improve both
supporting
of our
you,
credit
and you
scores. That's
support
right.
me.
That's right.
And I think that's one of the things in our relationship from the very beginning is that no matter what, we supported each other. So I think we had only been married. I don't even think it had been a year, and he said he was tired of his job. He hated it.
Really?
And he was like, man, I hate getting up in the morning because the hours or whatever. And I said, man, I want to quit. I said, quit.
She sure did.
He said,
What?
well, I can't quit because how we going to have money?
Wait a minute, you a black woman?
That's what I said.
But,
You a black woman that told a black man to quit his job?
and you know what? His family blamed it on me too. I didn't tell him. I said, if you want to quit, quit.
You
Quit.
made a suggestion.
He said
And
he
I
wanted
said, that
to
doesn't
quit.
sound like a bad idea to
This
me.
the thing. If you unhappy, why are you staying in something that's unhappy? What do you think that's going to do on our
How
relationship?
many years ago was that?
That was 32 years ago. No, 32 years ago. We've been married 33 years.
What happened after you
bless
quit?
y'all heart.
Where did your life? Where did that decision?
That was
take
the
you?
best decision he
That was
ever
the best
made.
decision we ever made.
Yes. Yes.
Took away stress out of your
Yes.
We,
marriage
well,
and
we didn't
everything.
even have stress in our relationship, but we could have. Because
If you would have stayed.
If I would have
because what
stayed,
happens
yes.
When we're talking about projecting, right? Because the stress of work, as a man, he's not going to come home and tell me my boss got on my effing nerves, right? I don't like it. It's going to play out in his life, and I'm going to be on the end of that because
Yes.
the people we hurt are the people we're closest to. We'll hold our tongue for the boss,
Yes.
but we're going to give you everything we're feeling.
Yes.
So it would have played out eventually in our relationship, but that was the best decision. He took he decided to do what his degree was in. He took a whole nother turn. It's like when you show somebody when you're in a collective relationship, when you show somebody there's something more than what you've been told, you know, it's sort of like we're raised in neighborhoods where we only see the four blocks north, east, south, and west.
That's right.
There's a whole world out there. And that's what I mean by collectively in a relationship. When you support your mate, he checking out your haircut and stuff. I'm just no.
Yeah, go ahead.
But she cut
No,
his
you're
hair
good.
too, so
I know.
he gonna
So,
look the same way next
I'm
week.
just-
That's
Next
another
week.
excellent haircut.
Another excellent haircut. Okay, my fault. Okay, I might have to be a little distracted, but anyway, my point is that when you're talking about women are looking for you to support them, when that's what's wrong in relationships.
It is.
How do we support each other?
That's right.
That's how we thrive.
That's right.
I
That's right.
support you. You support me. If I'm down, you help me get up. If you up, I'm down. You know, that's
That
how we
mentality
thrive.
is taught. That's the problem.
Conditioned.
I
And
promise
we are
you. And it's
conditioned,
hurting,
yes.
It is hurting the happiness that people could have if they were not taught this garbage, because that's what I define
that's
it
why
as.
we here. Make sure you put that mic to your mouth. But that's why we here because this is the thing. If we don't talk about it,
Right.
we won't know, right? Because what happens is when we're growing up, what does your family tell you when you're in a relationship? Don't let nobody know your business.
That's right.
Keep your business to yourself.
Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's
But
doing.
this is the
That's what they
problem.
say.
All right.
If I had the same problem you had and I got through it, why wouldn't I let you know? Why wouldn't you ask me, hey, Tina, hey, I'm having this issue. You know anything about it? And you don't have to tell me your business, but you can get some insight from somebody who's went through the minefield and didn't get blown up, right?
That's right.
That's how we have to look at it. That's what this channel is for.
Okay.
How do we start talking about healthy relationships? This channel is not about talking about what's wrong with the relationship. It's how do we make them right?
Oh, we know what's wrong.
We know what's wrong. That's
we
exactly.
can, and we can talk about that all day long, right?
Yep.
Right? We can get
We
on
got
the
no
airwaves
issues with what's wrong.
and tell you all the time. But the conversations have to be, hey, I went through this, and we don't have to be the real thing is there's nothing new up under the sun.
That's right.
Guarantee what you're going through in your relationship, I done been through in mine. If not, some variation.
Yep.
Right? We all
Because
go-
we're people, and I mean,
Right,
it happens.
exactly.
Exactly.
We're going when we're dealing with another person, and we're only used to dealing with ourselves. You got a whole nother personality, a
Yes.
whole nother expectations. Debbie, you want the mic?
No, I'm just making sure I give her enough.
Oh, no, I'm good. I
Okay.
ain't that big. I'm good.
All right, so I don't want to talk.
I done lost the toddler in about a year. I done lost like 20
Yeah.
pounds. I'm good.
Patty over there getting her hair done, y'all. All right. All right,
She
so
get massage, but
so-
I do have to go. But I mean, I've been enjoying with when I've been able to listen to the responses and everything. But this is a good thing that you all have going
Well,
and
thank you.
everything.
Well, thank you.
I can appreciate you all asking my opinion. I hope somebody got something
So
from it.
how do you
Yes.
overcome barriers in your relationship?
I run.
Oh,
Y'all, she a
you
comedian.
doing hurdles
She a
over your
comedian.
barriers.
I run.
You run.
I
Okay.
do. I have to shut down and run. It all depends on.
You know-
now
you
I'll come
know-
back, but depending on the barrier, I know I kept going.
So let me ask you. Yeah, because that's not the first time I've heard that. I heard that from several people.
It works for me.
It works for a lot of people because they've been conditioned to believe that. Because I don't want to face it right now. I don't want to deal with it. And when I come back, I don't want to talk about it. I don't even want to pick it back up.
Yeah.
So previous relationships, do you still do that in your current relationship? Do you run?
I tried to, but I'm with someone that believes
Runs
in-
faster
Lock
than
the
you.
door. She locked the door.
She caught you.
I'm with someone like, no, we need to stay and work. Where you running to? What do you? I mean, why can't we talk about this? Like, that's just it. I'm tired of talking. I don't want to talk. just do stuff. Just get through life. It's
And so
too much going on.
I want to know how you get through those barriers because you don't want to talk. She wants to talk. Come on, Nicole. Give us something.
I guess the love or whatever has really sustained it. You know that I say, well, maybe it's not as bad as I think and everything, and maybe this woman really does love me, and I know I love her, but sometimes
Tina
it gets I'm telling
Tina said,
you. What Tina say? What Tina say? Come
What
on,
does
Tina.
love got to do with it? That's what Tina said to David too. Not this Tina. Tina Turner. Because love only carries so far, and love is actually a verb.
It is.
It
It's,
ain't-
it's an
it is-
action word. It's
But
an
it's
action
not
word.
an emotion. Love, that's what we get. Love ain't an emotion. You know that, right? Love is not.
Well, okay,
an
well, you
emotion.
just said something because I thought it was.
No,
all
it's
these,
not.
all these
Patty?
years, I thought it was. It's not an emotion.
No,
Love
it is not.
an emotion.
It's a feeling.
No, you it's connected to the heart, so we think it's a feeling.
So what is it?
We just told you it's a verb.
I know that it's an action, but I say it's an action word. Yeah, that's what it's action. It
So
takes
you think
action.
because
I would disagree with that.
you would disagree with that?
What
Whoop, you said that's good. So-
what is your source for saying love is not an emotion?
So we confuse love with an emotion because it's attached to the heart. The heart is, the heart is when we are having feelings, it's not the feeling that's the love. It's not love is not the emotion. Love is the concept of what it's what you're innate to have. You have love. Love is in you. Your mate.
Whether you feel it or not,
Or
whether
whether
you
you-
express it or not, you are love.
Yes. So you having love is going when we give love, when you ever heard somebody say when you give love, you get more love. You know why?
I think you got somebody.
Because
I think
love
Mia
is
want to say
compound.
something.
So if you are love, when you give that love, you receive that love. See, you're saying, oh, if I receive it, then I'm gonna give it. But you have to give it anyway because that's just who you are.
That is who I am, but
So
everybody's
it's not.
like
It ain't got
that.
nothing to do with your
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I
hold
got
on,
you.
Patty got something to say over here. Oh,
Okay.
Mia got something
That's
to say.
Miss Mia. Miss Mia.
Oh yeah, I got to come over here because the mic don't work over there.
All I was going to say is that I'm with him. I kind of disagree on that. And I say that because you said something about confusing love with the emotions and all of that. But at the same time, I say we confuse love with lust.
Well, we do that as well.
Yeah. But
With, like I was telling Patty, I said, and here I go with this spiritual stuff again. But anyway, if Jesus said to love your neighbor as you love yourself, that is an emotion.
That's not an emotion. That's not an emotion. That's who you are. God is love. You are love. He said, if you can love you, why wouldn't you love your neighbor? But Jesus said everybody's the same, and we're not gonna get into spirituality. Yeah, but I know. I mean, yeah, right.
I was just using that as a
Right.
reference
Mm-hmm.
as to why.
But you're confused. God didn't say if you feel like loving your neighbor. See, that would be an emotion. If
Well,
you
there's
feel
definitely
like
a
loving
neighbor I would have to feel like loving,
yeah.
because I definitely don't love this one
Yeah.
neighbor, so
See-
God gonna have to forgive me.
Jesus didn't say if you feel like you want to love your spouse today, love them, but you're gonna love you anyway. Well, sometimes we don't even. But listen, we don't even love ourselves. But when we don't love ourselves, is that an emotion?
No.
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 So we confuse it. Love is just the gift that God has given you. That when you multiply, you get more of it. Patty, you want to say something?
Well, I'm just gonna say this: that first of all, next time I do the show, all you have to do is realize whatever you want, that's what you got to radiate to the next person. Whatever you are, that's what you radiate to the next person. Whatever you want to get, that's what you have to give. You cannot get any more than what you give to anybody.
Now you
Love
just said
or
amount.
emotion?
Not even to yourself. Not even to yourself.
that's right.
Because if you don't love yourself, first of all, if you don't love yourself, I mean, I'm talking about really love yourself. Like I really love Patty. So because I really love Patty, everybody loves me. It's impossible not to, because I radiate what I am.
And
That's
Patty
100%
made a very
correct.
good point. So people have made the comment that my husband treats me very nice. He really loves Tina. He really treats her well. The point is, if I didn't love me, he couldn't love me.
Right.
And that's what Patty is saying. If I didn't show him what it means to love me, he wouldn't be able to love me. He would love me according to his understanding of what is love.
Correct.
Right? Which is an emotion.
Right.
Which means that I'm gonna love you when you make me feel good,
Yep.
but I'm not gonna love you when you make me feel bad. That's why we confuse love as an emotion.
Exactly.
Okay, but Patty was talking about, so this is our book, everybody, for those I know everybody know it, and Lord have mercy, it's 10
Well, you
minutes
got
to
some,
7.
you got some, so you got some people chiming in here.
Okay, comment. Go
All
ahead,
right, so
comment.
you got,
I bet they did. Go ahead,
yeah,
comment.
so you got Bobby Richard Moore chiming in, say, hey, everybody, I'm checking in.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Bobby Richard Moore.
Yeah. And then we got Dot checking in, saying good evening, Jason and Tina.
Good evening, Dad.
And listeners, guests. And she's chiming in from Calumet City. Dot, thank you so much for chiming in. We appreciate you. And then she says, enjoy Dennis. She's tagging people at this point.
Okay.
Then I'll go down here to Sandra's in the house.
Sandra's in the house. Hey, Sandra.
What if I don't know what love is? Well, Sandra, if you don't know what love is, then you can't very well express love. If you find yourself being in relationships where love isn't present, then that's why you don't have it, because you're not really expressing it.
Well, she didn't say she didn't have it. She just said she don't know what it is. Let's stick to what she said. Not you.
I have to go, but
Yeah.
you all,
Okay.
I have
Yep.
enjoyed my
Okay.
time.
Yep.
You
And
know.
we enjoyed you too.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you.
Now, I hope you don't send
so
us one of those
You gotta get on your
invoices.
phone and you gotta subscribe to our
Oh,
channel.
yeah.
Everybody in the club, pull out that phone.
Club.
Come on, pull out the phone.
Well,
Go to
Nicole, we really
YouTube.
appreciate you.
Everybody
Oh,
viewing
being
online.
open and honest. Yes.
I know our online viewers usually come in through Facebook. We want you to go to YouTube and we want you to search Legendary Relationship. Just one, not two, just one relationship. Legendary Relationship. And we want you to hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. We want you to join the conversation. If you have something that you want to say, you want to share, you want to ask, hey, baby, can you read off the thing at the end of the thing so they can...
I can't really get that,
Okay.
but Richard,
right.
Richard is in the building.
Oh, Richard is in the building.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Yep. Richard is in the building.
Oh, you know what? That brought up a good point because
Yep.
y'all know what? We didn't get to weaponizing sex. We were supposed to get on that tonight.
Yeah, we were.
How we weaponize sex, right?
Yeah, we do that.
Why
We-
do we do that?
I don't know why y'all do that.
And somebody said,
'Cause I
control. And the thing
I know
is,
that's what it is.
Why would we want to control?
I don't know.
And so we were talking about weaponizing sex, and why
Yeah.
do we do that, right?
As soon
and
as
so
you get up
Mia
sex,
over
then you
there-
be like, it ain't gonna be no intimacy. We're not gonna be doing that. I
and then
don't.
what we don't realize is that right there is putting a disconnect in our connection.
Yep.
Because if the person I love, right, we talking about love, if the person I love, I don't want to share myself with, what am I saying? How am I making that person feel? And then what if they make me feel the same way? So that's why we got to understand what is weaponizing. But before we start ready to get out here, I want to let you guys know, keeping up with legendary relationships. So we will be, let's see what's going on.
We somewhere everywhere doing something everything.
So we will be featured this week, or we have been featured on Relationship Factor Podcast, episode number 67. Go check it out.
Yeah.
We also have been featured on Man versus Marriage Podcast.
Yeah.
I can't remember the episode, so go check that out. And we are also being featured on Your Honest Ally. So go do that. We are also Monday through Friday. You can hear us on WWW Hit USA Radio Monday through Friday from 2 to 6, but we come on at 4 o'clock, and we are talking about all things relationship. Is the In It to Win It relationship segment on Bridging the Gap Artist Spotlight with Tommy Guns with a Z. All right? And we are talking and answering relationship questions. All right? Let's see, anything else?
What else we got here, baby?
Next Friday, we will be maybe on location again if we can get the timing right. This was a special time tonight, so I see all my other viewers are coming on at 6.
See, they coming on at the 6 o'clock hour.
That's why we still here. But
we in full force now.
right, so we should be on next Friday on location. If not, we will be back in the studio because this on location thing.
We might be talking if we're in the
Woo, baby,
studio.
that's something else.
I think if we're in the studio, we're going to be talking to somebody.
$15 at $14.95. I'll give you a nickel. All right. Purchase your book. Nicole, you got your book?
I ain't gonna get one today.
No.
I'll get one later.
Okay.
Nicole, okay.
I'll get one later.
It's Manifest the Joy.
I don't read a lot though.
But that's the problem, Nicole, right there. But you know what? That's conditioning too. That's
It is.
conditioning too. We can't. You know what they do? What they don't want us to know, they put it in books.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell you right here, this book right here, it's gonna make you not run. It's gonna make you want to sit down with your man and say, "Come on, baby, let's really talk."
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
So do we have any questions? We gonna get on weaponizing sex. So y'all gonna have to tune in next week. Would you like to say something, David?
Thank you for the pleasure
Okay.
and privilege
Yes. Okay.
to participate in this taking relationships
Off cruise control.
off cruise control conversation. It
Good
was
job.
a pleasure, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
really.
we will. We'll
Yeah.
see you. All right, we're going to go around and get some clothes out. Nicole just left, so we can't have her closing words. We're going to get some from Keisha, because Keisha keep playing with us.
Keisha
y'all.
got to get on. Oh, she been keeping busy. She was smart.
All right. So tell everybody about the barbershop. Tell them what they can get again. Tell them what you can be reached. Tell them everything you want to tell them. If you're looking for some, Jason, can you pull up her ad, please?
Oh, yeah, that'll be great too.
All right.
That'll be great too.
All right. Let's go.
Okay, Raze Up Barber Spa is located at 1901 East 79th Street, which is in South Shore, in the South Shore area. And I am looking for licensed barbers, licensed nail techs, locticians, braiders, and I just need you to be serious about your craft. Come on and join us. Join the team.
Anything else? Nothing else? Nothing else? You tell them where they can find you? Everything?
Yep. Oh, you can find me on all the. It's on the screen there. All the. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn under Raze Up Barber Spa.
So Keisha is the founder and owner of Raze Up Barber Spa. We thank her for letting us in the building tonight. Thank you. Yes, yes. Now we're gonna go over here some last words for the people over here. All right. All right, last words. Tell them who you are again.
Once again, my name is Darren Garrett. I just want to thank you all for this wonderful program that you all have. A lot of people need it, so thank you for it.
Thank you for contributing. We appreciate it. All right. Tell them your name.
Oh, answer that. She got my cake and my pies. Give it to her.
We don't want to hear that personal conversation. All right.
I'll just say,
guess
well,
say
my
your
name
name.
is Mia, And I'll say that I think it's beautiful what you guys are doing. I really enjoy myself. Even though I came in not expecting this, it was really a good time. It was informative, and I hope you guys keep going.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Hi. Hi, I'm Reverend Patty Logan, and I'm one of the pedicurists here. And I love being here, and I love to share with Legendary Relationships, because that book was too much to handle. And I gave it to all 5 of my sisters, and now
sure
they
did.
mad at me.
She sure did. And I was going,
Because, let me tell you why. Because they thought their word was the last word instead of the art of communication, like I always told them. But they did get the book, and they did read it, and now they can be mad if they want to, but the truth always survives.
that's true. We want
Thank
to
you.
say thank you
I
too,
can
Patty,
we hear-
because
can we
I don't
hear-
know,
is this
Patty.
up? Is this up?
Yeah, both of them are on.
Okay,
Patty,
make
you
sure it's
bought
up.
I don't know 5 or 6 books.
She did. So we shout out to Patty.
Yes, yes. So
Yes,
thank you
yes,
so
yes.
much for supporting. We really, really appreciate that.
All right. We gonna turn these off.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get back on here.
Yeah.
We gonna are we still on? We gonna close it out? Oh, what? Did we lose connection? We done lost connection. They didn't cut us off. They said, look, y'all talking too much now. No, no. Those, yep.
No, well, we're still. I am still live, but for whatever reason.
I don't know. Okay, well, let's just close it out. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right, we don't. Hey, that's what
Yeah,
happens
we're still on.
when you out of the studio. Okay.
Yep. Hold on, I got a little comment here. Let's see. They're coming in strong here. Okay. All right. So Sharon Cozy popped in. Sharon Cozy, that's my girl. Hey Sharon, thank you.
for tuning in, Sharon.
Yep.
Who got the phone up?
Yep. So when it came back on, it just said that.
Sharon
Okay.
said she apologized. She was not able to attend. We know your spirit is always
Yep.
with us.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other comments? Any other
Yep.
questions?
And what
Any
she
other
say?
concerns?
Yes, manifestation. Yes, legendary. All right. Yeah. You know, we out here doing our things. We out here in these streets trying to help people.
Out there in these streets,
That's right.
helping y'all get these relationships right. Now, come on. You
All right.
got to be what?
In
When-
it
Dennis
to
is gone,
win
right?
it.
All right, is that another comment? Or are we good?
Yeah, that's Sharon again. She said, "Glory be to God." Keep talking about.
Keep talking. We don't need to see you. We
Oh.
know you're like what? We know you are like. Come on, we're listening. We're paying attention
Attention.
and listening. Keep it going. Sis.
Okay, yep.
All right. She
Thank
said,
you.
You know we on. Yeah, we're gonna get it right. We
Yeah.
just had different cameras. All
Yep.
right. So I think that wraps up another episode. What you think, honey?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of heavy up in here. Folks got to talking. Y'all brought the Lord in the thing and everything. And
I think Kesia, she just sat over there with
She
a
did.
chair. That we didn't get the
you
real.
know what she did? She was kind of slick because what she
Yeah,
did
yeah,
was
I know.
she kept her calendar full.
Yep, so she
And
got to
had them
talk.
appointments back to back. I like what you did. You know.
It's Friday.
Yeah. We do appreciate you. You guys, if you guys want to give up any more comments before we get out of here, I enjoyed these 2 hours here.
Yes, so don't forget, guys, whatever comments, concerns you may have, you can either send it to us at info@legendaryrelationship.com. Just remember, we are always striving to make our relationships better, one day at a time, one relationship at a time. So do your best and just get educated. Just stay on top. Get educated. The
Just
best
keep
thing is-
working at this thing.
Even though experience is a teacher,
Yep.
there's still things that we can always learn to make it better.
Yep.
Once you feel as though you've reached the pinnacle of learning, then right there you've missed the mark. All right, is that it, baby?
Well, I'm gonna tell them where they can find us at, baby.
All right, tell them where they can find us.
You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at Legendary Relationship. You can also listen to our podcast, Love and Beyond the I Do, wherever you get your podcasts delivered. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart Podcasts, or YouTube. Or go to our website, legendaryrelationship.com, and click on podcasts.
Our radio
That's about the end.
podcast.
All right, well, we're back. Yep, so that's where you can find us. So make sure you plug in everywhere we are and tag us. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube.
So any hearts that names that we did not call out, can you see any?
No, baby.
I want to make sure I get everybody. I don't want to miss anybody because we are out of the studio and you can easily miss someone, and I do not want to do that.
So Darlene Edwards said, thanks. So grateful. I met you both. We are too. And we're so glad you purchased the book and you're working with it. You know what? That's what it's all about, right? You know, it's funny because you see people, they're like, you know, they can't be that happy. And then, you know, they hang around us for a little bit. They go, I believe they are that happy. You know, not just in public, right? We know how to act behind closed doors too. So,
Sometimes.
but I definitely know how to act in public now, right? You know, so.
All right, I'm gonna see if there's any more. Can I see it? Oh, these glasses.
All right, Darlene, we appreciate you. Darlene Edwards said, good night and love you much.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So we are your dynamic duo in
Hold up,
relationships.
sweetie. Hold up. You know I ain't in the studio. You can't kill me too fast.
Okay, all right.
All right.
So we are your dynamic duo in relationships.
Yes.
And as always,
We're in it to win it. Till next week, guys. Love you guys.
Love you. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Lovin' Beyond the I Do podcast. Head over to iTunes to subscribe and leave a review. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Legendary Relationship or visit our website at legendaryrelationship.com. Till next time, remember to make every day count.